What's going on, everybody? This is Houseways 007, Javier Pagan, broker owner of Houseways Realty and Associates. And today we're doing another short video so we can talk to a couple of the for sale by owners out there that are actually trying to sell their property. I'm going to give them 6 tips that you can take so you can go ahead and try to sell your property on your own. Obviously, if you need any help, we're here to take care of you. I've been practicing since 2002, so I have a lot of experience when it comes to buying, selling, trading, investing in real estate. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is going to be pricing. How are you going to price your property is the first question you should ask yourself. The first thing that a lot of people tell me is like, Javier, I'm just going to go to Zillow, I'm going to look at a price, and I'm going to actually put it in the home, and that's it. I'll get it sold. You know, the market is hot and things are moving fast. Well, take it easy. It's not that easy. You have to understand that when buyers come into your property, at least out of 10 buyers, 8 of them are going to be financed. So that means that a actual lender will be involved in the transaction where they're going to send an appraiser to be able to appraise the property. What they do is that they look at the last 3 properties that sold in the area, comparable to yours obviously, and then they'll let you know about how much they're willing to lend on that property. So have that in mind when you're going to go ahead and sell your property. Price it, but not only look at Zillow, also look at other things out there that can give you a better evaluation of your property. The second thing that you have to do is actually stage the property. You got to make sure it smells good. You got to make sure it's clean. You got to make sure it's painted. And it's in a great position to be able to receive the actual buyers that are coming in to look at the property. You want to feel the people that go to the house that, they want to live there, right? So you got to make sure that it's in good condition. The next thing that you got to do to be able to sell it, or number 3, is actually have a marketing plan in your mind. A lot of people feel, okay, I'll slap it online again and somebody will come and buy the actual property. Well, it's not that easy because you have different trends, different markets, and different things happening. Most of the people get their information from the news, so what you're getting is the major news around the United States of what's happening in the whole United States, but not specifically in your market. So you want to make sure that when you have a marketing strategy, it's something that is going to be for your benefit and that you're not wasting your money. The fourth thing that we got to look at is when it comes to negotiating. Well, once that buyer comes in and they're ready to buy it and then they love the house and they want to move forward with it, you have to think about what kind of negotiating skills do you have to be able to get the best price that you can get for your property or get the max profit that you can get for your property. So that's very important when it comes to that. You got to be a good negotiator. The other thing that you got to look within negotiating is the actual contract. You got to look at the actual contract because that's where you're going to have different clauses, different stipulations, and different things that can change the whole deal. You might be seeing that you're getting $400,000 for your property, but then at the bottom it says that you got to give $30,000 in closing costs to a buyer, as an example. So you got to look at that also in the contract, and negotiating, they come hand in hand. The number 5 I have to say is organizing the closing. How are you going to get this buyer to get to sign the paperwork, you sign the paperwork to be able to convey the property? That's not as simple as it sounds. So at that point, you want to make sure that you have either an attorney that can take care of you, or you can get a title company like we do here in Florida that has attorneys inside of the title companies, and they know how to process and look for liens and look for any issues with the surveys and look really deep into the property so that they can determine that once you sell it, you don't have to worry about a buyer coming later and trying to sue you. And then last but not least, obviously, number 6 is prepare for the closing. You have to make sure that you get ready for the closing. What I mean by that is that you got to follow through with the process if you're working with agents and title companies on how everything is moving on a daily basis until you can get to the actual closing date that was stated in the actual contract. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Sometimes it takes a little bit less. So you want to make sure that you're prepared when it comes to getting to the closing table, not only in that route, but also you want to start cleaning your property, taking your property out, making sure that you leave it clean, so when the new buyer comes back, to look at their freshly bought home, they know that it's something that it was worth it and they're happy with you, and maybe in the future they'll refer more business to you, or they'll have a way to working with you again in the future. So if you have any questions or any concerns about how to sell your own property, let Houseways 007, Javier Pagan know. Obviously I got a lot of experience, but at the same time I want to throw a couple of nuggets out there so you guys can understand that maybe this is something you can do on your own. But if you have any questions, again, let me know. Hopefully everybody's doing well.